Hello everyone. Today we are introducing Susan to you and how Prophetic has changed her life. This is Susan. Susan is a 65-year-old retired teacher. She lives with her husband in the suburbs of Athens. Last year, Susan started noticing some strange symptoms. She experienced a kind of stiffness in her hips. She felt like her feet were stuck to the floor. Meanwhile, her husband mentioned that she did some sudden movements during their sleep. For these reasons, Susan was worried that something was wrong with her health. And bad thoughts came across her mind. Even the worst ones. So, Susan decided to make an appointment to her general practitioner to find out what the matter was. After he examined Susan, her doctor advised her to visit a neurologist. The specialized neurologist checked thoroughly her medical record and prescribed a series of extra examinations. After getting Susan's results and having performed a clinical examination, the neurologist announced Susan that she suffered from Parkinson's disease. The good news was that Susan was at an early stage. The doctor encouraged her to collaborate with him so that they create a plan for Susan in order to stay healthy. This would be a combination of medication and some lifestyle modifications. At the end of the discussion, the doctor came up with an idea. He suggested Susan try an innovative method for remote, continuous and non-invasive monitoring. The platform is called Prophetic. Susan was very confused when first hearing of it. So, the doctor provided her with all the necessary information and the technical details. Susan was very skeptical at the beginning. She didn't want the use of this platform to drastically change her life. However, on a second thought, she decided to try Prophetic, as she had nothing to lose. For the first few months, the presence of a specialized nurse is necessary. Her role was to help Susan to get familiarized with the equipment and contribute to the self-learning process of the system. On the first day, the nurse introduced the equipment parts to Susan and guided her on how to put the suit and the rest parts on. She also explained to her the whole operational process. Susan wore the suit underneath her clothes every day and continued her usual daily life with the company of the nurse. The nurse watched Susan during her normal activities and recorded the appropriate annotations on the Prophetic's smartphone application. The nurse spent several hours with Susan and followed her also to outdoor activities. In this way, a wide range of Susan's life could be recorded and annotated accordingly, providing more accurate information. All these collected data, including the measurements and the annotations, are sent to the Prophetic's database. This is practically a smart tool for processing and analyzing all the data, by using machine learning algorithms. That is what we call medical business intelligence or MBI system. The output of the system is meaningful and qualitative information which can be interpreted by the experts. After this training period, let's watch a typical day in Susan's everyday routine. Susan starts her day as she always did, and, after she wears her suit, she enables the Bluetooth signal on her smartphone. The nurse has suggested Susan use the system as many hours as possible, while doing her usual household or other activities. A key component of the integrated platform is the provision of serious gaming. These games are tailored to each patient's needs and have a gradual level of difficulty. They contribute to helping patients maintain a healthy status in an entertaining way. In addition, they enable the doctor to keep track of the patient's ability and progress through the game scores, and to modify the therapeutic treatment plan, if required. In the first game, as you saw in the video, the player should form a figure with their body that fits with the approaching panel before it reaches them. In the second game, the player should step over the virtual keys of the piano in front of their avatar as the musical notes that are approaching reach each one of the keys. In the last game, the player should pronounce correctly the different elements that will be appearing on the screen, syllable by syllable. Susan was advised to spend some time of her day playing the games. So, as it seems, all Susan's concerns have gone away and her life remained as active as it was, or perhaps more. At the end of the day, Susan takes off the equipment and she turns off the Bluetooth signal on her smartphone. All this collected information is sent through a secured way to our MBI system, as we mentioned before. After the auto-analysis, all the statistics are stored in central repository. Thus, they are constantly available to all the involved caregivers and can be displayed through our user-friendly graphical user interface, as you can watch in the video. By using this, the caregiver has authorized access to all of their patients' records. These include diagrams about patients' different motor states, like tremor, freeze of gait or bradykinesia, as well as physical parameters, such as heart rate and temperature. What is also available is the 3 game scores by chronological order. The user can go back to any measurements of previous dates. In conclusion, the Prophetic platform offers remote, continuous, non-invasive acquisition and advanced processing of multi-parametric data. Another major advantage is the friendly telecare provision based on serious gaming according to the patient's level of motor and speech impairment. In addition, it supports the healthcare providers in making the correct diagnosis and in following up the patient's status in order to adapt the therapies, as well as the medication program, and avoid risks and side effects. Finally, Prophetic promotes data flow sharing related to the management plan within a well-organized network of carers.